Well, hey, y'all. It's time for lesson 6 from the Rubank Elementary Method for Flute. Lesson 6. So let's go ahead and get our books out and look across the top. Now we're going to get into some upper notes. Notes above the G that we were at before. We have the G, we have an A, and a B, and a C to worry about. Now, unlike other woodwind instruments like saxophone and clarinet, the flute doesn't have a register key or an octave key. This is not a register key or an octave key. What changes the pitch height is the speed of the air. Generally speaking, and I want to say this because this is important that you get this. Generally speaking, it is the speed of the air that determines where the note is. And the flute is built on the octave, which is nice. So you have your middle C fingered this way with just your first finger and your pinky and your thumb up off the key. I'm going to call that medium air. Now, if I speed that air up, I want to speed it up gradually, and you'll hear the tone go from one pitch to the higher pitch. And that is what we're talking about when we start talking about changing octaves with a flute. It's all about here. That was our C. And we have a C in the exercise. So we'll get a chance to practice that. First, let's go across the top of the page and let's hit across all the stuff that we have to remember. Number 1 on the top of page 6 is a half note. Half note in something 4 times, get 2 counts. Very good. Number 2, we have a quarter note. And half notes in something 4 times, quarter notes get how many? One count, right? And then we have a quarter rest, and a quarter rest gets how many counts of silence? 1 count of silence. Notice that remember, we're going to use the word count and not the word beat. All right? Now we have 3/4. 3/4, the time signature 3/4. How many beats are there in a measure? Excuse me, how many counts are there in a measure? Good. And what kind of note gets 1 count? The quarter note. Very good. And now we have the C, which stands for 4/4 time. So there are 4 counts in a measure, and a quarter note gets 1 count. Followed by a dotted a dotted half note. That half note in something 4 time gives us 3 counts. And then we have the tie, remember the tie, that adds the note value together. If we're going to assume that we're in something 4 time, the half note will get 2 counts. The quarter note will get 1 count. You will add them together, and they will equal 3 counts. And now we have the notes names for the first 4 notes above the staff. On top of the staff, you have a G. And the next note, you can see, is above the staff and has a line through it, is A. And then you have the next note that's above the A and has a line underneath it, it's a B. And the next note that is above the B line, B space, and onto the next line, and it has a line through it and a line under it, that's called a C. It's important, if you play flute, that you are familiar with all of those notes above the staff. Oh, by the way, the notes that are written above the staff and below the staff, those lines are called ledger lines. Ledger, ledger lines. All right. So here we are. We're going to start with lesson 6, exercise number 1. Let's take a look at it. It has all the notes. It has the half notes, the quarter notes, a whole note, all the note values that we've been working with. And it has the 3 newer notes that we have not played yet in an exercise. The first one is G. it's fingered. The best part is that even though we're speeding the air up to get the higher note to come out, the fingering here is the same. Great news. We have two G's and then followed by two A's. The A is fingered the very same way the low A is fingered, except you're going to move the air faster to get that pitch out. The B, same thing, and then the C. All right, I'm going to play this. We're going to use a metronome. We're going to be at 92. No, we're not. Let's go at, no. Let's go at 84. What do you think, 84? I think 84 is good. Let's try 84. 1, 2, ready? Again, to get those notes above the staff, you just have to, the first thing to do, generally speaking, is move the air faster. Go from a medium warm air to a more colder air. The faster the air moves, the kind of the colder it is. There you go. And practice that a lot because it's going to be very necessary. Because when it's not quite fast enough, you'll kind of hear both the lower and the upper pitches at the same time. They call that a split tone. And we don't want a split tone, right? So you want to be able to differentiate the higher notes and the lower notes. Now the next exercise is it starts on the middle C actually, and goes up to the higher C. All right, here we go. Number 2. 1, 2, ready? There you go. The difference between moving the air from the middle C, the C that's on the staff, up to the higher C above the staff. But we're going to stop right there in the middle of this and insert something that's not in the book. That right there, what I was doing is a great exercise for locking this in. So here's what I want you to do. Again, this is not written down anywhere. So I need you to do it, but I need you to do it. I need you to play a low G. This is the G that you're used to playing. 1, 2, and 3, and your thumb and your pinky. Do that with me. And I want you to move the air faster so you get the other G. Without tonguing. Now with an A. Now with a B. Now with a C. Now, as I play, my face is getting more and more tired, but you can see the benefit of that, right? Do that a lot until your face fatigues. All right, let's go ahead and which one are we doing now? Interesting that number 2 and number 3, after all these years, I just noticed number 2 and number 3 in this book are exactly alike. Did you see that? No, they're not exactly alike. Rhythmically, they're different. Wow. There you go. That's why I love doing the videos. Because I want you to know that I'm just a real person. I'm not anything or anybody special. I'm a real guy, just like everybody else. Number 3. Here we go. 1, 2. What? Metronome. Metronome. There you go. Same notes, right? Different rhythm. The quarter notes are in the front in number 3. The quarter notes in the back in number 2. All right. Now we're going to do number 4. Number 4 takes us all the way up to the C scalularly, or here's a word for you, diatonically. That's scale wise. And then back down, up and down the scale. All right, here we go. Number 4. Up the scale and then back down the scale. If you need to do it slower, stop the video, practice it slower, learn it, and then join us on the video again. All right, number 5, C major in thirds. What that just means is that we're going to play a note and then we're going to go up to the third note. C, D, E. And then the next measure we're going to go D, E, F, and then E, F, G, F, G, A, right? So F to A, and then G up to B, G, G, A, B, G, and then B. We're going to continue that pattern. You'll hear it. All right, here we go. It's all in half notes. So go slow. Think about what you're doing. Move the air faster when you go higher, slower when you're lower. One, two, ready? You get it? Practice it again if you had trouble, especially making sure that those top notes speak. The higher, the faster, the lower, the slower. That's your general rule. All right. Number 6. Something that's in 3/4 time. Again, three counts in a measure. Quarter note gets 1 count. Here we go. There you go. That's all there is to it. Making sure you have a steady airstream the entire time. Very, very important. All right, now a chord study. The word is chord, not chord. Chord, which means that we're going to break the scale up into bits. Like this is a chord. Like on a piano or a guitar, you can play all those notes at the same time. Right? But on your flute, you can only play them one note at a time. So this is kind of a broken chord, right? One note at a time. Like, all right, here we go. Bunch of quarter notes with some quarter rests and half notes sprinkled in. So I'm going to be really, really careful about the rhythm. So make sure that you are counting what's there. Here we go. 1, 2, ready? There you are. And that's lesson 6. The main part about this is that I want you to do the exercise that we practice in the middle of this lesson, going from the low G to the high G without tonguing. And it's the beginning 2 notes of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Somewhere. That's how you know you've done it right. If you can sing those first 2 notes. Somewhere over the rainbow. Over the rainbow. Or somewhere over the rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow. And I think that's the key. Is that the key? Or I don't remember what the real key is. But it's C, C, B, B, A, A, G, 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 you know. Do that. We got to get out of here and make room for somebody else. And so until we see you again, practice.